Hey yo, this is EJ Terry here with the Who That Maniacs review, part of the All Day Sports Talk podcast. And today I'm going to talk to you about Hendon Hooker, uh, tell you why I believe that the Saints should draft him, but not where they should draft him. So basically, Hendon Hooker sustained uh, sustained an injury, sustained a hamstring injury limiting his final season at the University of Tennessee. But during the time that he played, what did he have? 27 touchdowns, two interceptions, and he was pretty much a lock to be a first round pick before the injury occurred. Now, the Saints, they secured the guy that they wanted to secure in free agency, that being Derek Carr from the Las Vegas Raiders, uh, and he's pretty much going to be the starting quarterback for at least the next 2 years, based upon his contract and based upon his experience and what they feel that he can do for the team right now. Derek Carr, he has a 9 year career and spent all of it with the Oakland, then Las Vegas Raiders. But he doesn't have any playoff victories, and we know that. But if you look back at the stats, um, I'm the first one to say that Derek Carr, he couldn't do it by himself. During those years, he went through quite a few different head coaches, coordinators. Defense was never in the top 10, so it's not just on Derek Carr. So you bring in Derek Carr to the Saints, and you know I feel like with the offense that they have, that since the departure of retirement of Drew Brees, the Saints were uh, a quarterback away from being a team that can not only make the playoffs but go to the playoffs and have an opportunity to advance when they do make it to the playoffs. Now, enough about Derek Carr in this perspective because we know he's going to be the starter. Um, Last year was I wouldn't even call it a quarterback carousel, but um, Jameis Winston will start to be the starter moving forward going into last season after they couldn't get Deshaun Watson. But Winston, I don't believe he fully recovered from the injury that he has sustained week 5 when they played Tampa season before last, and came out that he had some issues with his vertebrae, so he wasn't fully recovered and healed. And in my opinion, I feel like he's still not recovered from the injury, but the Saints gave him an opportunity to say, "Hey, look, we're not going to pay you that 12 million that's on your books. We're going to release you when we can release you, but we'll give you an opportunity to go out here and test free agency, and we can come back and see, you know, where." Where come back and see if you still want to be a part of the team, and they gave him that opportunity to come back, and of course he signed a $4 million deal with incentives up to $8 million if he you know reaches achieves the what's having the incentives. Maybe it's a workout a workout deal. When you work out, you get money towards your contract and a facet of other things. So, we're looking at right now Derek Carr. We're looking at Jameis Winston being a clear backup right now since Andy Dalton's gone and he's moved on because Andy Dalton pretty much took Winston's job last year, and we all, as Saints fans, see how that went. That didn't go pretty well for for the Saints. You had some wins here and there, but never wins on a consistent basis, of or at least seeing the offense being productive for consecutive games. We lost to the Carolina Panthers, where the defense held uh, their offense, or the quarterback, for under 100 yards passing, and we still found a way to lose that game. Uh, couldn't get it done on the offensive side of the ball. And right now, Jake Luton is the third string quarterback for the Saints, and if you take a look at his stats, they're extremely unimpressive. So here we are. You have an opportunity maybe to draft Hendon Hooker. They invited him in for a sit down this past Monday, and looking into what Hendon Hooker can provide based upon what he did at the University of Tennessee. Um, he can definitely be uh, that quarterback that Carr hands um, the ball off to, or the change of the guards, more to speak. When Carr, if Carr plays for the Saints, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, or if it just doesn't work out. Right now, Hendon Hooker can come in and learn from Derek Carr. Just sit back and learn, and also have an opportunity to heal from the injury. Give himself some more time. Now, Hendon Hooker may be ready come training camp, where he is cleared to actually play football on the field, but uh, we'll just have to wait and see, what the report will be at that particular time and point. So, um, of course, you don't draft Hendon Hooker in the first round of the draft, because when you draft a quarterback in the first round, you pretty much have a plan to not so much be the day one starter, but at some point during the season, he's going to eventually become the starter to lead the team. The same thing happened with Lamar Jackson. He was drafted 30th back in 2000, was it 2018, 19? One of those years right there, he was the 30th pick in the draft. And when he came to Baltimore, he didn't start the season off being a starter on opening day, but eventually he became the starter. And this is not the direction that the Saints are ready to go in now, especially uh, bringing in Derek Carr and offering the contract that they offered him. So Derek Carr doesn't have a injury history where he's out for a number of games. So based upon that right there, you could pretty much count on him not getting hurt. But in the event that he does, you have Jameis Winston that can step in, and from there the backup. Uh, I know he's not your prototypical type of quarterback, but between him and maybe Taysom Hill, if you have to get to that point, you do have an experienced quarterback, former number one pick in Jameis Winston, and you do have Taysom Hill, and you know maybe Hendon Hooker can get some snaps at the third string. Who would have thought last year that Brock Purdy would have being a Mr. Irrelevant, being come in for the San Francisco 49ers and go on a 9-10 game winning streak. I mean, that's incredible. And I believe they would have had a better shot of getting to the Super Bowl past the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game had Brock Purdy not been hurt. But he couldn't throw the ball. So, and San Francisco didn't have any other option. So they lost the game. But bringing in Hendon Hooker, not as a first-round pick, I would say a little bit as a second, because I don't think he's going to get past where the Saints pick number 40 in the second round. So maybe they brought him in thinking, hey, we may be able to work something out with a team and trade trade for you in the second round to get you in the second round, but they have to go on need right now, and the Saints have way too many needs other than a second string quarterback to fulfill where they pick in the first round. So I believe the Saints should go interior defensive lineman, maybe someone on the outside part of the defense, linebacker, or receiver. Strengthen that offense, or a running back. If Jameer Gibbs is there uh, in the second round, I would pick him over Hendon Hooker. But I would definitely, if the opportunity presented itself, uh, trade for him. Make some type of deal with the team to get him in the second round. If I didn't think he would, make it to the third round, which I highly doubt that he would. So hey, once again, this is EJ Terry from the Who That Maniacs Review, part of the All Day Sports Talk podcast. Take some time if you like to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're just gonna keep growing and growing and growing till we get to those subscribers. And when you comment below, I do my best to respond to all comments. So once again, it's EJ Terry. Peace.